everybody, it is Jamie from Jamie Riddler Studios, and I wanted to do a flip through of my studio yearbook. This is a new offering at the studio. We've been working on it for a year, and I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. This is my fall studio yearbook, so you'll get the fall vibe as you go through it. And each of these yearbooks is for the season, and it's designed to help you really connect to your creative spirit, to connect to the energy of the season, the full moons, and your creative practice on a daily basis. And so this is mine. I painted the cover. Every one of these yearbooks arrives black and white and then is filled with the colors and the inspiration and the creativity of the creative heart that it belongs to. So this is my creative heart for the fall of last year. Each yearbook starts with the studio invocation. It is a way of creating sacred space, of setting intention. And you can get a recording of that and the PDF over at openthedoor.ca by joining the studio. It is the philosophy around which I do all my work. So I've added a collage picture that's part of the way, and some washi, part of the way that I have made this my own. At the beginning, you have a welcome and you have some instructions on how to use this journal. Everything you need is here. Some things I added. I love adding bits of ephemera that arrives in my life throughout the season. So these were some stamps, look, from Australia, probably from the behind the scenes bulletin board art challenge. And so I love adding that. We do some work on your focus area, so determining the 12 priorities, the core touchstones of your life. And once you've identified them, you're going to use these each week to touch in. Get a chance to do a little self-portrait. I just love this owl and it was speaking to my heart. Do some energetic connecting to the season, some guided questioning. This is a fill-in-the-blank creative journal at its heart, and I give you all sorts of opportunity and structure, so you never have to feel that fear of the blank page. Give you a calendar each month so you can use it as a date book if you like, but it's only for a season, or you can use it as a quick reminder of things that you loved that season. You can use it as a creative response to something you encountered. I saw my sister Shannon cut out wonderful colors and added it to hers. I love that idea, so I took inspiration from that and just added some color to mine and noted the full corn moon. It's one of the things that we have in the yearbook is an opportunity to make your full moon dream board. Now here's the daily pages, and they are the heart of the yearbook. What I like to do is I'll often draw things on the day, and then sometime if I'm watching a movie or some TV, I sit and color it in. So it's kind of like a DIY coloring book, and I love that too. It gives me some creative time that feels personal and yet ultimately doable. Each week you get a focus page and you can put in your focus areas and then design your to-dos to be in line with what's actually important to you. On each page there's a spot to put your focus. So this day we were traveling to Berkeley, California. Each day there's a space to put a drawing of the day or an image of the day. It could be a drawing, or you could glue something in if you prefer. This is a picture of my husband Justin and me and my sister Shannon traveling to Berkeley. What happens with these intentions is you start to really quickly be able to look back and remember exactly what was going on that day. When the new month starts, you not only get your new calendar, but you also get a place to check in with that season, to create an image that says, hey, welcome October, or November or July. That's my October. Then there's the full moon, and there's an opportunity to create your dream board right in here so you can carry it around with you and remind you of your dreams, but also some questions and journal prompts to connect you to the energy and the magic and the discovery of what you have created. One of the things, I love this, what did I do? That day I didn't write in my journal that day. Even I don't do that every day. And I just thought it was hilarious that when I look back, I actually couldn't remember what I did. So I marked that occasion, and that makes me laugh. And it also reminds me that when I do keep my journal, I have a way of grounding my memories. And that's one of the things that I like most about this is that when I look back, I remember this fall of my life, its colors, its moods, its intentions, its activities, the things that I celebrated. We have a place for gold stars every day. In the new journal, there's also a place for gratitudes every day. And that's just an introduction to some of the concepts behind the yearbook. But for the rest of this, I'm just going to do a flip through so you can see what my fall looked like and how my yearbook became a memory keeper for me. I will go a little quickly because this is my diary after all. So there is very personal stuff in here. I don't hold back in what I'm sharing. I try to be honest because this is meant to be my studio companion, and all the best work, all the greatest art is created out of our own personal truth. And this yearbook has been a way for me to connect to and be aware of my own personal truth. Halloween. You'll notice that some pages are colored in more, some pages are colored in less, some pages have all the sections filled in, some don't. I really encourage you, if you get a yearbook, like here I didn't fill this in. I do not stress about that at all. In fact, I tend to look at it as an opportunity and think, hey, I'm going to go back and just add some images, or I'll use that as a doodle space. And I love that. It becomes a lot of fun, like an open area and an invitation instead of a reminder of something you didn't do. And here you can literally see me deciding to add the gratitude section. So I start creating it and experimenting with it. Here I'm taking a pause. I didn't set my focus for that week. I just needed a bit of relaxation, a little less intentionality. And so I marked that occasion. See, I look at this and I go, yeah, this is when I did my meditation teacher training, right? This is when I did my one-on-one with Susan Piver. I love that I can just look at that and remember. And then I had these wonderful bits of ephemera. I didn't have anything to write in that section that day, so I just added them in. Sometimes also if I want to glue in something extra, like this event I went to, then I just washi it in, and then it's available for me to read the whole thing later on. I did that here too. You can see we're starting to move from fall to winter, and I can tell that just by the colors I started to use, the things I started to add. This is when I went and sang with Choir down at the Eden Center here in Toronto for the unveiling of their sparkling Christmas tree. I was experimenting with what mediums can work on this paper, so I used some watercolor. It worked pretty well. It is a little bit, it made the pages a little wobbly, but I don't mind that at all. And that actually inspired me to create in the new one, there's a page for you to test your materials to make sure you feel good about using them in the yearbook. Warrior Circle, that's when I did my exam, I guess you would say. This is my celebration with a nice glass of red wine. Got my hair cut, so I did a little self-portrait there. Sometimes if I miss a day, then I just turn it into a collage day. And I love that. I love having full pages that really express my mood or capture a moment. And it really becomes, again, a treasure, a treat, instead of something undone. So this was my beginning of December. This is my setting some intentions for the month. I only did a little bit on that, and that's fine. And then sometimes I just discover that ways that I love doodling. I'd never done this before, but as soon as I did it, I loved it. It looked like these beautiful, wonderful gems. And you know, now it's a doodle that'll be in my repertoire from this very low pressure way of connecting. My full cold moon. And clearly I had a theme. There is time. And I even turned the moon into a clock. has such good memories for me. My birthday journal jam, going to this wonderful restaurant, Momofuku. I don't even have lots on this page. I wish I had something from Momofuku that I could put here. Maybe I'll do that. I'm literally wearing this necklace right now. Every year for my birthday, I buy myself a necklace from my mom who passed away. And that's the present she gives to me every year, is a new piece of jewelry, and that's the one I have this year. I'm still wearing it. So my favorite thing about the journal is that, haha, sort of says, hey, it's the end of fall. But my favorite thing about the journal really is that yours and mine and everyone who uses theirs, it will look different. We will all start off with exactly the same blank journal. I'll show you my spring one. So we will all start off with just an empty journal like this. And it has a plastic cover and a little thicker to just protect it, because you're going to create art on here. See the studio invocation, the instructions, the daily pages. It's a guided open book for you to fill. So not only do you end up with this wonderful reminder of the season, but you also daily have an opportunity to remember, to connect to the creative aspects of your day. We gather our inspirations. We notice our creations. We pull together our learnings. We pay attention to the details of our day. We set an intention, notice our mood, gather our gratitudes, give ourselves gold stars, create an image, and gather some words. And in doing this every day, we develop a creative practice and then a beautiful reminder of our creative life. I hope this inspires you to check out the Studio Yearbook. I will leave a link. They're always only available for a limited amount of time because the season starts on a particular day. But if you become a member of the studio at openthedoor.ca, you'll always get first notice of its availability. And when you go to openthedoor.ca, if you click on the Academy, you will find out what's available right now. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope this inspired you. I hope that you're looking forward to making a Studio Yearbook your own.